Missing child imposter. When this man claimed to be Timmothy Pitzen, a boy who went missing 8 years ago, it appeared to be a miraculous break in the case. But the next day, police determined it was all a total lie. Now, 23-year-old ex-convict Brian Reaney is facing charges for masterminding the entire hoax. Take a look at how this disturbing story unfolds.
So we had his child who said he ran away. He said he was kidnapped.
When Brian Reaney was found wandering the streets of Newport, Kentucky, he claimed to be Timmothy Pitzen, a 6-year-old Illinois boy who's been missing nearly 8 years and who would now be 14 years old. In 2011, Timothy's mother pulled him out of school and took him on a road trip. 3 days later, her body was found in a motel room, along with the mysterious suicide note saying Timothy would never be found. Reaney allegedly told police he was kidnapped as a child and had escaped from a Red Roof Inn motel in Ohio, where he was held captive by 2 bodybuilder-type men. Reaney claimed he had been physically and sexually assaulted while in captivity. According to reports, Reaney refused to be fingerprinted but agreed to take a DNA test.
Unfortunately, this child is not our beloved Timothy.
When the results confirmed he was not Timmothy Pitzen, Reaney revealed his true identity, a 23-year-old ex-convict from Ohio who had been recently released from prison. The imposter reportedly told authorities he concocted the story after seeing a TV show that detailed Timothy's case. Reaney is now facing up to 8 years in federal prison, but questions remain as to why he would masquerade as a missing child. Forensic psychologist Dr. Judy Ho weighs in.
Well, Brian Reaney had several possible reasons for wanting to perpetuate this particular hoax. He's had a troubled childhood. He said so in an interview that he wished he had a father like Timothy's, and he just finished a 1.5 years in prison for burglary and vandalism. And after something like that, is certainly an aspect of a person who might want to adopt a new identity.
Despite the heartbreaking outcome, Timmothy Pitzen's shattered family remains hopeful.
We know that you are out there somewhere, Tim, and we will never stop looking for you.
And joining us now is CrimeOnline.com's Nancy Grace. And Nancy, this isn't the first time alleged perpetrator Brian Reaney has lied about his identity. What can you tell us about his past?
Jesse, you're right. First of all, we know that on 2 previous occasions, according to an FBI affidavit, he described himself as a kidnapped victim that had been sex trafficked. Both times, it turned out to be a lie. But if you go further back in his criminal history, which goes all the way back to when he was 13, Jesse, I found out that he allegedly had false checks and charges of falsification. Seems like he's just a con artist, a grifter, Jesse.
And interestingly enough, police say that Reaney's alleged stunt could in fact actually help the missing boy's case. What can you tell us about that?
Well, Jesse, oddly, that's very true because it's brought attention to him, his disappearance, his face, the last known whereabouts, everything about him. The case is seemingly reinvigorated by this cruel hoax, Jesse.
Nancy, obviously it's a very tough question to ask, but after nearly 8 years, in your opinion, what are the odds Timothy Pitzen might still be alive?
You know what, Jesse, that really is a tough question. In cases like J.C. Dugard and Ben Ombie, we know sometimes these cases are broken. I can only pray, but statistically, Jesse, he's dead.
All right, well, as always, Nancy, thank you for being with us and bringing us the latest.